I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's one of the things I fell in love with quite easily once I hit those mats. But because I've done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I understand what's going on, but the average Joe does not. And if we want to grow this sport, we're going to have to do a couple of things to actually make it more exciting for the average Joe. And here's a couple of things I believe that should be done. If you agree with me, comment about it. I'd like to hear it. If you don't agree with me, also comment. I'd like to hear that too. Like and subscribe. Now, when it comes to BJJ, I'll be honest with you. The average person thinks that they're just a bunch of guys hugging on the ground. Every once in a while, they might see an arm lock, somebody get choked. But for majority of the match, it's just some guys rolling around, or girls rolling around and looking like they're hugging. But there are a few things that could help grow this sport, just like any other sport has done in the past. And here's a couple of things. Number one, I think that there should be more colorful characters around. Yes, yes. We have guys like Craig Jones and Mikey Mishimitsi who are actually coming around and making the sport even better. And we have people like Joe Rogan who speaks about it a lot. But we need more characters out there. And when I say characters, I mean Gordon Ryan had a good idea. Walk around with a crown. He's the king. But he's only the king to BJJ guys. Gordon Ryan needs to be put out there to the fans even more. But sadly, he stopped competing. So it's up to the next generation of people to be flashy. And if you want to be flashy, I would say we need guys like Nicky Rod to show up in a cape. We need guys like I don't know. And you see how I'm saying I don't know. That's what makes it kind of hard for the average Joe. If I can't tell you who's all the people to look at, how do you think the average Joe is gonna figure it out? So we need more characters. Another thing that could help tremendously are analysts who actually could explain BJJ to the average Joe. That's right, BJJ for dummies. We need a person who acts like the viewer is a dummy. And guess what? Sometimes I need that guide, and I do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I mean, your average Joe has no idea what a side control is, what mounts, what back control, nothing. Let's just act like they have no idea. We need a guy that can simplify what's happening on the ground during the takedown, why somebody's butt scooting, whatever. We just need a guy who can explain it, but in an exciting way. You know what? Joe Rogan on UFC does a pretty decent job, but we need a guy dedicated to maybe say UFC BJJ, CJI. I like those things, but we need somebody who could explain to the average Joe so when the next time they watch another match, they kind of get it. But in a kind of colorful way and in a way that is exciting that would keep them wanting to watch. Not a smug guy who's gonna be like, yeah, that guy's in side control. We need a little bit more, something that the average viewer can sink their teeth into. Now, the presentation. The presentation should, once we get the colorful characters, we need good presentations. Now, we need smoke machines, we need fireworks, we need loud music as like we're listening to Biggie, Jay-Z, or anything exciting. Kendrick Lamar, if you're into that, something exciting. We need all the works. If you want people to watch this product that I love, we need a good presentation. The average fan, if you want them to be hooked, you need people to think the person walking into the ring is a big deal. And if you think he's a big deal, so would the viewer. So that is exactly what we need. Great packaging. And I believe the CGI has did a decent job, but it could be done elitely. And finally, the rule set. We need rule sets that are easy for the fans, that is very exciting. Now, CJI, they did a very good job with the rule sets of the event, and that was pretty easy to explain. And the way the octagon looked and everything else, I mean, it was stellar. It was packaged in a way that the average fan could kind of get what's happening, but they still don't. So we need an exciting rule set that could be easily explained. Now, how could that be? Now, some people have tried. They've tried submission only. That could go but so far because after a while, the athletes themselves they start stalling until they know that they're gonna go into sudden death, which is okay. But maybe against CGI, they did a good job with rounds. People understand rounds. People understand when somebody taps out. But those little things, like, oh, if somebody is stalling too long, let's get them back up. If they're getting cycled, announce 2 points out loud, very clear. Everybody understands. Still exciting. That now people know, oh, if he gets them like this, it's 2 points. And I explained to everybody. So I guess what I'm saying is between the colorful characters, the rule sets, the presentation, because I did like the ring and CGI, that's probably a keeper. And the well, I said presentation already. And easily explain to the average viewer. BJJ could be not number one, but it could be up there, and we can start making money with the sport, and it's a little safer than UFC. So I'd be happy to see for a lot of older folks too, who still we see our favorite athletes who we still want to stick around, but they don't want to get punched in the face. So if you want to see more BJJ, I think this is what we should do. And again, if you like my suggestions or you have comments, please leave a comment. If you don't, or you think I was being too vague, let me know. Please like and subscribe. And thank you.